This is the obsidian blade, the deft claw of Tandos. Last time on this Utharian thread.
Two of the palace guard stop by your chamber, and one of them will look at Grutha. Grutha, Siofra, something's happening. You gotta go.
We will take the princess to below safe.
What is the last thing that Fio remembers specifically? Because I remember us talking about the.
So she was in the audience chamber holding court with her mother's out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And she who walks on water had declared that she clearly had woken up on the wrong side of the bed and needed a nap, and cast a spell, and then everything went dark.
But I distinctly remember that spell.
Mm-hmm. And in particular, you'll remember that the breaking clause of it was, "When I deign to set foot in this wretched place again."
And as they are running and I am uppied, I have to myself, have to them, tell them what I remember.
Then getting out of the city's the best bet.
Move the camera back to Soxus and Kalamash, who have made it a bit further east by this point. Are you traveling on the surface? Are you trying to get back down underneath and go that way? What is your plan for moving towards the spooky one?
I think it depends, honestly, on how much buildings are coming down around us. Um,
Yeah.
because if it's like, every building around us being blasted and like rubble being thrown everywhere, then yeah, I'm gonna drag him
So
down
it
into the sewers.
starts with a fair bit of rubble sort of blasting kind of all around, almost haphazardly. But within 5 or 10 minutes, there is a distinct coordination that starts really felling buildings left and right. And on top of that, both of you will see in the slowly brightening sky the shape of dragons flying in the sky over the city.
Yeah, the minute I see dragon silhouettes, we are going down into the sewer. And so, yeah, I just identified the nearest grate, or loose stone that I have memorized, chuck that up, shove Kalamash down, and get back in, and then we just keep running.
For sure. And I think like even right before that, like he would have probably have like flown up just a bit. It's just like, dragon? Why? What?
No time. Come on. Come on.
Yes, I agree. I agree. No time. Yes.
We'll be
Oh,
safer down here.
yes. So yes, agreed.
The populace of Dawn's Harbor, having been so rudely awoken, is also starting to fill the streets. And even if the rubble itself was not going to cause trouble with moving on the surface, the people probably would have without too much more time passing. Luckily, you're able to sort of duck underneath without attracting a bunch of attention. So you're not being followed into the sewers by people trying to flee whatever is happening. Um, the passages of the sewers itself are largely almost like a highway system would be in our world, where there are large, big open sort of passageways, and then a number of smaller arterial little passages that lead to different areas of the city. Um, the big passages, there are only maybe a dozen of them throughout the city that sort of crisscross in a vaguely grid pattern over the academic, the administrative, and the residential districts um, as it sort of moves through. And so as a result, the passageway that Soxus and Kalamash are running through will intersect with the passageway that Shifra, Grutha, and Fia are coming down from the castle palace in. And so all of you will have that moment where you'll be able to stop and recognize each other as the crossroads brings you all together.
And I'm assuming even though we probably haven't seen the princess, we've seen paintings or depictions of the
I
princess?
mean, so he's not entirely a tourist attraction, but it's one of those things that, like, when you hear that the palace has a literal sleeping cursed princess in it, just about everybody, like, they go to pay you're paying respects. You're not going to gawk at the weird cursed girl. You're
Oh, you
there
mean
to,
I'm not the world's biggest pistachio on the side of the road when you're going into Mexico?
yeah, exactly. It's a lot more. It is. So there are at least once a season or so, there is a time in which people will go and sort of pay respects to the princess. The regent does so once a year uh during the end of year period, where he will go and essentially it's a very, I don't know the exact word I'm looking for. It's a very pomp and circumstance sort of ceremony in which the regent re-swears allegiance to the princess during adjournment to basically remind everyone that, I am a regent ruling for the princess because she is not possible right now, not in and of itself a king or a queen. Um, but in that sense, it's entirely possible that you have seen the princess at least the same way that you'd have seen like a painting in a museum or something like that. There's also paintings in the palace itself of her and her mothers, the previous queens of Dawn's Harbor and the last queens of Dawn's Harbor, for that matter. Um, so it is not hard to recognize her. Um, if that is something that, if you've been in the city for any decent length of time, you probably recognize
So as we come up upon them, the Silks just stops short and her eyes like bug open and she's smacking Calawash like,
I think you run smack into you. Like
Please, please put me down for a moment. Thank you.
Sure.
Silks is just screaming.
I look at you both. I'm like, ah,
Yeah.
let's
Um,
scream at that, not at each other. Let's.
Um,
one
and then
scream
I
at a
smack
time.
Calamash and I bow and I'm like, I think we're supposed to bow.
Why would we bow to anyone? I've never bowed before.
The princess.
So
Bowing's not necessary. Please, like, honor me by saving. Let's go.
oh, Grutha, my favorite
Okay.
customer. One of my number
Yeah.
one. Hi, hello. Yeah.
Hello. Yes. We're in a hurry. Shall we go?
Uh,
Let's,
right.
let's
It's a bit difficult.
talk and
My
run.
wings
Talk and
are-
run.
Okay. Yeah.
I start sprinting. It's
Yeah,
just this little pile of
apparently
coats sprinting away.
She
Oh,
just
they're
woke up.
adorable. I like them. I'm following them.
On her way through.
oh, bless their heart.
I feel like
Oh.
Shifra and or Grutha probably recognize Silxus from when you've caught her trying to nick things around the city and around the palace, but she has such big, sad, adorable eyes that every time you've been like, "Don't do it again."
So I imagine like if it
Fully
was
post-its it.
yeah, for Shifra, it immediately would just be she probably even would have let you steal a few things.
Yeah, Grutha's definitely. Don't let me catch you with this. There will be consequences.
I'm 50 yards ahead, like, "Are you coming?"
Yeah. So
Oh,
clearly we have with the kids, they go to Grutha or they go to Shifra if they want something. And if I don't want them to have it, I say go talk to Grutha.
Yeah.
Go
Right.
talk to your father.
Yep. Classic. Yep.
and if they're in trouble and they need somebody to talk to the bullies, then
New
they
mom's
come to
confirmed.
Grutha.
Oh god.
All right.
All right.
Kalamash, where did you come from? Why?
my home, the shop. It I think it exploded. I don't even know. I don't know where the family is. I
What
just my sister told me to run, so I ran. I feel awful
exploded?
about it.
How? As
Oh,
we're running,
Uh,
exploded how? What? Oh,
specifically a large flaming rock, I believe. Last I checked,
that's not good.
that is the very definition of not good. Have you seen my kids, my wife?
We haven't seen anyone here.
Okay.
We came straight from the palace underground to keep the princess safe.
That sounds dutiful of you.
See, I told you that was the princess.
I understood the first time. It doesn't mean I have to bow to them.
Uh,
No
We're
uh,
busy.
Yeah.
offense.
Decorum can wait for now until there's less risk of horribly dying.
Even me over my shoulder, I'm like, "Again, I do not care about the bowing. Let's please save ourselves." All of us. Thank you.
Like it's a press release.
Jesus
Cal-
Christ.
Well, I imagine
Kalamash,
I was gonna say, I imagine we're doing this while we're leaving.
yes.
Have
Kalamash,
you?
did you have a destination in mind?
We are trying to find my also favorite customer. That is not you as well.
Wait, you have another?
No, definitely not. I've it's
You're the
we're-
obvious first place.
it's a tie when it's convenient for me.
Someone uses more
What?
healing potions than I do?
No,
Wait,
you get much more injured than anyone else that I've ever met. That is why
It,
you're
it,
my favorite.
it is true. She does kind of do that.
Yes, good thing that you don't have to worry about re-tearing your ACL because every potion will fix that for you. You're welcome.
I do thank you.
Of course.
Are we even going in the right direction? I don't know who are we trying to find? I don't even know. It's been a
the,
long time.
the spooky one who knows so many things. Don't worry about it. It's this way.
Everything.
I know the way. Oh, they know a lot. I mean, more than you.
I pick up the pace.
Kalamash,
I am not insulted for I agree.
who's your friend?
Oh, so they're great. They're
Okay.
like we're currently at a tie of saving each other's lives. So it's going well.
I turn over my shoulder and I go,
I live in the sewers. I think it's okay to tell you that now because everything's on fire.
Sigh. Let's go.
I give Silxus just a pat on the shoulder, just like, I thought that was you.
a little spectral rat runs up your arm.
I squeak at it.
No.
Squeaks back. And then it dissipates.
All right. So as you all make your way through the sewers, the little spectral rats occasionally like popping up at a crossroads to sort of wave on with little like signifor flags over to the left on this one, sort of scouting ahead and this way, this way.
Flags from
love
the
that so
airport.
much.
Yeah. Before long, you've made it all the way east past the temple itself and uh, underneath the academy. Um, there are a couple of close calls where other groups of people who have made their way down into the sewers uh, are sort of passing you, but it seems like most of the others that are fleeing in the sewers are fleeing west instead of east. They're looking to get to the docks to try to get away. Are you going to try and stop anyone, or are you just going to keep going your direction to get out of the city that way?
Is there anyone that like I would recognize as like a patron of mine, acquaintance of any sort?
You've probably recognized at least a few of the students from the school and that sort of thing, but nobody that's like a regular
Gotcha.
as far as that goes.
Gotcha. Literally every time he recognizes someone, he asks the same question: Have you seen the wife? Have you seen the children?" Every single time.
And each time nobody seems to know anything until the last group that you pass. There's a student that regularly comes by for sort of restoration potions. The sort of person that is up all night and then needs something to make it through lecture at 8 in the morning.
Yep.
5-hour energy drinks.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Magical 5-hour energy drinks. Which boy do I wish I had when I was in college. Goes, Kalmash, they were headed east. They said that they were going to try and find a boat going towards Lake Town because it seems like they don't know that the docks are going to be safe. But I can't. I mean, we'd have to. I can't imagine that we wouldn't be able to find a ship out of here. So, I mean, I obviously you have to go that way, but we're going to the docks. I don't think I can hold a ship for you.
I I can fly up very far. It is fine. I just need to know that where they are going and why they didn't tell me where they were going and why they should have, and just kind of like trails off in like panic. And then like kind of grabs him by the shoulders. Thank you. Go.
The student nods and dashes off, leaving you all more or less alone in this part of the sewers. You're rapidly reaching the part of the river delta where Violent is their house is. There are a couple of places that you could pop up out of the sewers. There's right on the little peninsula that they live. There is an opening, but there's also one maybe 3 or 4 blocks earlier at the last bridge that goes over that branch of the river towards that peninsula. Soxis, it seems like you are leading the expedition here. So where do you want to take them topside?
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Okay, so topside.
Let me see if I
The
can
map.
share my
Yeah.
screen here.
I know I have the map somewhere.
Operative word somewhere. There it is.
All right. So there's the map.
Yeah.
And can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
All right. So this is your destination, right at this little peninsula here.
Yeah.
There's an opening here at the bridge or here right at the peninsula. Those are the two closest.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait until the one at the peninsula to try to pop up.
Okay. All right. So
We're almost there.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and pan the camera over to that peninsula just in advance of when the rest of the group gets there.
And that is where we will end our session for today. Please tune in next time for more adventures in this Utharian thread.